Before we start, quick challenge. If you ever stared at a blank Grafana screen wondering what to visualize, this video will change that. Hit subscribe right now because by the end you will build the exact command center dashboard that production teams use to catch slowdowns before users even notice. Now imagine walking into a company's operations room. Lights low. One giant wall showing services, alerts, latency, and uptime breathing in real time. That's not movie magic, that's Grafana done right. Today, we'll build that live dashboard and watch it respond to real latency spikes in our application. So, what exactly we are going to build today? We are going to create 4 panels. Number 1 would be uptime status. Number 2 would be P90 latency. How fast 90% of your requests complete. And number 3, error rate graph. Followed by finally, that would be active alert speed. In the last episode, we built smart alert routing and silences. Now it's time for visibility. To watch system breathe. Before we build, what's P90? It stands for 90th percentile latency. That means 90% of all requests will finish at or below this time. If your P90 is 1 second, most users are fine. The slowest 10% feel lag. It's the industry standard metric for real performance. Now let's jump into the demo. I already have episode 9 command center folder and I'm trying to use the same exact source code here as well. I already started the containers. Now let's jump back to our Grafana dashboard. Here we are going to start by adding a source. So for that I would say Prometheus. We already did this. Once again I'm trying to show the same stuff. Then we are going to save and test it. So as soon as this is done, we are going to go back to the dashboard. And in the dashboard, I would say create new dashboard and try to add visualization here. And then we are going to select the source, that is Prometheus. Followed by, I'm going to scroll down here. There are, let's say, 2 options, builder and code. And in code, we are going to write up job is equal to application. Okay, this is what we are going to write. And in the visualization, I'm going to select statistics here. I don't see any data. And if we try to scroll down, we'll see so many different options. I was already discussing about all these options. Now we are going to scroll down, look for unit. We are not going to select anything here. I would give the title as app uptime statistics. Scroll down and let's look at the color mode. So we are going to give color mode a value, background solid for example. Now let's try to scroll down. Here I can see thresholds. I would like to add another threshold here. This time it would be 0.5. So I'm going to change the color to green and the base color would be red color. So if something goes wrong, Grafana reads bottom up, so base applies first. When the value crosses 0.5, it flips green to show healthy. That's the cleanest way to track binary uptime. We are going to save this dashboard and try to give the dashboard name command center. Save. Done. You see it changed the color to green because it got the metric already. Now we are going to add a second panel. That would be once again visualization, followed by we are going to say P90 latency as discussed. In the visualization, we are going to select time series here, followed by I'm going to scroll down and look for units. So under units, we are going to add seconds. Under units, we are going to add custom unit seconds, followed by we are going to update the line width to 2 and fill opacity would be 30%. Okay, fine. Now we are going to save this as well. Save. Go back. Now we are going to add another panel. The panel name would be error rate. So I'm going to write error rate here real quick. Followed by we are going to add the query. So the query would be sum of rate of application errors total 1 minute by type. Then we are going to scroll down and add threshold lines once again. So threshold value here would be 2 for yellow, followed by I'm going to add another value 10 would be red. It's a simple visual. Red means we are in trouble. Followed by last but not least the final panel. Now let's try to create a new panel with active alerts. So for that I'm going to create new visualization here, and under panel options I would give the title as active alerts, followed by in the query we are going to say alerts is equal to active alerts, alert state is equal to firing, followed by I would like to change the visualization to table format, and then we are going to jump back to transformation, add a new transformation here that would be label to fields and select rows here, followed by each alert now becomes one row with columns like alert name, severity, instance, value. Then we are going to add another transformation. For that I would say organize fields by name. Then we are going to scroll down here a bit, and I would like to minimize all of these options. Now let's try to add value mappings. So under value mappings, I would give a warning here, value, and the color would be orange, followed by another value would be critical errors, and the color would be red color. Update this. Then I'm going to show you another interesting thing now. So usually whenever we create panels, if you see, I don't see any data here. Okay. Now I would like to add something there. For example, no value, what to show when there is no value. I would say no active alerts. So as soon as I save this, you would see instead of no data, you would see no active alerts. Save dashboard, save. You see the difference? You can add any value instead of random no data. For example, in this panel, I did not add anything here as well. I wanted to show you we can add some value when there is nothing. You should see no active alerts. Let's add another visualization. So now I'm going to add memory. So we already did that in our previous episodes as well. CPU, sorry. This is the CPU This would be, let's say, our CPU panel. I would like to add CPU and memory, and also visualization. I'm going to change it to gauge here. Followed by, let me add another query real quick. That would be related to our memory. I'm going to save this. Followed by, let's scroll down and try to add threshold once again here. Let's try to add 85 as red color, and followed by, let's try to add one more threshold value. That would be 70. I'm going to save this. Save. Go back to the dashboard. Now we have so many different panels in place. Okay, let's try to rearrange that real quick. I would like to move this a bit here, and I would like to bring this PO latency on top, and also stats uptime. You can easily drag and drop. Also, if you want, you can resize the panels as well clearly, so that you don't need to scroll down much. If you have so many different services and so many panels, it would be difficult. So I would like to minimize this a bit. So let me increase this. Yeah, so P90 latency, application uptime, active alerts, CPU memory, error rate per minute. All right, let's try to simulate the error now. I'm going to run this command, press enter. We are trying to throw some latency on our application. If I jump back to my latency panel, I can see some spikes, but the color did not change. Maybe we did some mistake. Let's check it out. I'm going to edit my panel. So if I look at the query looks good here. Histogram quantile 0.9, app request latency per second. It looks good. Let me check the options here. Standard options, unit seconds, that's fine. And also I have threshold values 1 and 2. Let me check the color scheme here. I have it as green from thresholds by value. Yes, this was missing. Let me save that. And here we are. We can clearly see red color because every request is very slow. It is more than 3.8, 3.9, 3.6 different seconds, more than 2 seconds. So that's what we defined here. If it is more than 2 seconds, the threshold value, it should show red color. As expected, I'm going to move back here. And also, if you see, app service uptime is fine. CPU and memory, we do not have any active alerts because we do not have any alert rules in place. That's expected. The plan was to show this particular panel latency in the demo. So let me stop the script real quick and wait a few seconds. It should come back normal. It should become green now. Let's do a quick recap of today's episode. We just turned raw Prometheus metrics into a command center dashboard where we have uptime, latency, errors, and alerts in one single view. It doesn't just look cool, it tells you where to look first when production burns. Next episode, we will add multiple services, web, API, database, and watch cross service signals on this same dashboard. Subscribe now. We are about to simulate a real company infrastructure. Data without context is noise. Dashboards give it meaning. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.